SEGA SATURN SHIRO.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Another Saturn SHIRO show live with SaturnDave and TraynoCo. How you doing, Pat? Aside from the technical difficulties.
Besides everything breaking and nothing working, it's been going good.
Yeah.
Everything is good. Nothing is broken.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
You know, I should know better. You've told me not to update OBS right before SHIRO show, but I went ahead and clicked. I was like, oh, well, you know, it's probably...
There's one of those brainless things.
It's not going to break anything, right? And then immediately, like, my audio was all routed differently. And I'm just like, what the hell? I had to, like, restart twice, and I don't know. I fixed it, and I don't even know how I fixed it. I was like, okay, let's try this. Let's try this. So right now it's working, but I don't know why it's working. Because I had everything set up a certain way, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
You just mess everything up.
Go figure.
It's working now, so it's important.
It's working right now at this moment. Knock on wood.
Important.
Oh, how are you doing? Oh, you know what? I caught your vinyl stream. That was awesome. You had a really good capture on that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I tried to do a last minute 2-camera setup, but it was just too much work and not enough room.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do it because I was in my DSLR and pointing at the turntable and like transition during the record stream spinning, but there's too much work and a lot of camera stuff that was needed, so I decided to opt out of that.
I like it. You were like a radio DJ. You were like really into it, you know, while you were playing the tunes. You know, you were just like getting into it, rocking,
jamming,
like, jamming.
No, it was
great. Yeah, you should do more of those.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I should. I need to. I'm getting back my turntable. Apparently, it's a bit not good right now, so I have to get looked at the other one.
Yeah.
But I want to get a setup in here where I can just pull it out on like a cart.
Yeah.
And just set it up like that and route everything. But
you need to do you need to do like your own jazz stream. You know, just called Covered in Jazz. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be really bad if I started playing Star Wars songs and that'd be covered in something else. So I don't want to talk about that. Right.
Speaking of Star Wars, I went to Disneyland this last weekend. That's why I was.
Sorry to hear that.
It was not as bad as I thought it would be. Actually, you know, I thought it was going to be raining, so we brought ponchos. It never rained. It rained like the day before we went, and I thought there would be. Good. Thought there was going to be a lot of people there, and I was not disappointed. There was a mass of humanity there, but it wasn't. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought, because I really had low expectations. I was like, this is going to be like rubbing up shoulders, but we bought the fast passes, so, and I feel gouged on that, but we bought them anyway, and it paid off because we didn't really wait that much.
Did you? So you got into the cantina, right?
Got into the cantina, yeah. We ate at the docking bay. Yeah, we ate it.
I knew that, because I would have asked you to get me a cup, because one of the cups I got, I don't know. Did you order any of the drinks there, or?
No, we brought like our own drinks. My wife packs a lot of snacks and drinks and stuff like that, but we did eat there, and we also ate at the docking bay, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Did the Resistance? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because I bought a cup there last time I went. We actually drank at the cantina. And I got this cup. It was like this cool Star Wars etching cup, and like about 6 or 7 months later, I dropped it in the sink and it broke.
Oh no!
And the last person that went with my sister, but she wasn't able to go there and get it, like to the canteen. She wasn't able to get in.
Right.
And I didn't know you were gonna go. I was gonna ask you if you could just like order the drink and just like I'll pay you for the drink cost plus the cup, because I just want the cup again, because that was my favorite cup and I broke it. And I'm so pissed. Okay.
Next time I go, if you know.
Well, not at you. I broke it. It's not your fault.
No, I understand.
Didn't know you were going. So
that's a bummer, though. That's a bummer. You know, I actually got a really nice beer stein from one of the Oktoberfests that I went to, and I did the same thing. I dropped it. I actually dropped it after I'd had one too many. And I was just like, oh damn. It was a glass stein.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next time I'll just stick with the metal stein. That won't.
Yeah. I'm hoping to go back hopefully this year sometime, because I got in 19. It's like, okay, I'll just go back in 20 and get it. And of course that didn't happen for obvious reasons. And then 21 again for obvious reasons. So I'm hoping 22 will be the year I'll be able to get my fabled cup back. if they still even sell that.
When you went, was it really hard to get into the cantina? Because we had to do reservations for that.
Yeah, we had a reservation,
You did,
but
yeah.
it wasn't a big deal. We just walked in, waited a little bit.
Were they charging for Fast
I would
Pass?
be willing to wait.
Were they charging for the Fast Passes back then?
I don't know. My aunt, no, because it's like, because the Fast Pass, you just like went and you like went to the booth thing and you like paid for it.
Yeah.
And you waited.
Okay.
When did they start charging for that?
I don't know when they brought it back from the when they went into like this whole endemic thing and yeah, it's $20 per person now, which it hurts.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Is it per ride?
No, it's like the Fast Passes used to just be free and you took them for granted. Now you have to pay $20 per ticket to get Fast Pass, and you can't even use the Fast Pass. You cannot use the Fast Pass for the Resistance ride. That you actually have to wait in line.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That is.
It's painful. Yeah, and it's hard to swallow. Honestly, I didn't want to do it, but then I was like, we're just going to be waiting in lines all day, and it's going to be like the worst trip because it was only one day for us, so we were like, we have to get the Fast Pass if we're only going to do one day. But anyway, yeah. So that's Disney for you. I kind of.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say good news. I looked on eBay and there actually is that cup that I had for $40. So I might pull the trigger. If anybody buys that Star Wars cup while I'm on the stream, I am just gonna ban you from the chat. So if I see that you bought it, like you're done from SHIRO. Don't buy the Star Wars mug until I do.
Well, no, yeah. Now you've just challenged Knight to do it. He's totally gonna get on there.
If you guys buy that mug underneath me, I'm gonna scream and cry on stream.
You're gonna scream.
Oh, there's one for $33. Buy it now. Never mind. You guys buy the $40 one. I'll buy the $30 one. I just want my mug back. I want my Arnold Palmer mug back. I lost it in Star Wars. I hate you, Alex. You're banned. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, I want that mug back though. But you had a good time. Besides that, how was the Resistance ride? I don't think I've been on that one yet. I just went on the.
It was like 20 minutes. It was like a 20-minute experience. So that's nice. I mean, that's like I don't think there's another ride that lasts that long, except for maybe like the old Michael Jackson thing, which wasn't really a ride. It was like a movie. But yeah, no, it's cool.
I really want to watch that. I never watched that one.
We were sympathizers. We got put in jail. It's cool. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't ridden that ride, but it's fun. And then, of course, the I forget what the name of it is, but you're like smuggling cargo for the holdo or whatever.
The Han Solo one, the one we ride the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
That's the one I did.
What's it called?
Guys picked different stations.
Yeah, we did. We rode it twice, and we did gunners and we did pilots, and you're just pressing a button when they tell you to press the button. So it's not that in depth, but it's pretty cool. And again,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have to admit, like, I kind of was just going for the kids. Like, I had a pretty bad attitude going into this because I didn't really want to go to Disneyland. My wife booked the trip, and I was just like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Because I knew it was going to be super expensive, and I was going to be grumbling the whole time about, things like the Fast Passes and the cost of the food and everything like that. And but the kids had a great time, so that's what counts. But yeah, all in all, it was fun.
I'm glad you had a good time, though. I really want to go back. Did they open up
Splash Mountain?
The other mountain.
Splash Mountain. It was still closed. They were working on it. It seems like every time we go, it's closed. Jesse had a great time when he was like 5 riding Splash Mountain, and every time we've gone back, they've always been working on it, and so it's been a huge bummer. I could care less.
I want to see the new. I want to see the new Princess and the Frog one.
Oh,
that one looked really good.
Is that what they're changing it to?
Yeah, they're changing it from the unfortunate theme of the last
the
one.
Song of the South to the Princess and the Frog. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Hey,
it's kind of funny because I when I see that now, the old one, I jokingly call it Racist Mountain.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because of the.
Is it my imagination, or is there a bit of a lag going on here? Because I keep talking over you.
I think there's a bit of lag.
Okay,
yeah.
I think
maybe
that
might be the thing.
Yeah, I think it might be OBS or Discord or whatever, because I'm
the audio
noticing.
interface thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, but
Big sad.
Let's okay. Aside from the vinyl stream, what have you been up to over the last week?
I've been playing Elden Ring. Oh, I forgot to talk about
that's
that
right.
on air. I
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Do it.
I'm playing the hell out of Elden Ring. Like, if you saw me in the Discord, you're just gonna see me in the corner, Elden Ring.
Right. This
So,
is FromSoft,
if
right?
you yeah, this guy's the Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Right.
I beat Demon Souls in 20. I started Dark Souls in 21, but I never beat it because I think it's clunky and not fun. But I've been playing Elden Ring. It's a ton of fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I don't think I'm halfway through. I think I'm on I'm right before the third main boss.
Yeah.
So I like it. Honestly, I don't want to stream it because I know people ask me to stream it, but like I don't want to stream it because like those are hour streams and I do a lot of farming.
Right.
So it would just be me farming for like an hour straight. It'd be so boring.
I mean, you know,
So-
if people were allowed to chat with you, well, it would be one of those where, you know, folks are just chatting and you're just farming. You could do it in a Discord stream or something like that. But
Yeah, I probably could do that. If
That's the
people
kind-
would be interested in seeing that.
yeah, that's the kind of thing I like doing while watching TV. Like I'll be watching a show on Netflix or HBO Max or something, and I'll just be farming like on the Switch or you know, if you have the ability to do it on a handheld console, it's easier. But yeah, I would do that with like Persona Q, like play that game blindfolded basically while I was doing something else, you know.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
I'm just afraid I'm like gonna do something embarrassing, like pick my nose or like scratch my crotch while I'm playing or something.
Funny
Like,
that you say
unwittingly.
Dark Souls is clunky. I mean, I guess that's true. It's already like a decade-old game or more, actually. Came out in
Yeah,
what, like
it's just
2011 or
the-
something?
Yeah, the issue I have with it though is that it just doesn't tell you where to go.
No.
It doesn't tell you really much of anything. It's
Doesn't
just like,
hold your
okay,
hand
you're in
at
this
all.
world.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, that's the way it is, but it's like even like my friends had issues with Elden Ring where it's like they don't tell you where to go, what to do, what to get, or
Right.
like put you on a good straight path where it's like, oh, kill this thing, okay, you're in a good straight path, you know how to go from that whatnot and
Yeah.
whatever. So it just is a bit of a bummer, really. I like some of the stuff in Dark Souls, but it just like some of the stuff is so clunky and not straightforward and weird. Like I didn't even know you could teleport between fireplaces until halfway through the game, like maybe 60 or 70 hours into it.
Right. I mean,
But no, I don't need hand holding. I just need like, hey, this is the direction you go. Have fun.
right. Yeah, it's there's a good degree of challenge in that game, but I do feel like, wouldn't you say it's one of those games that has influenced a lot of other games though? Like it's been incredibly influential, I think.
I guess. I don't know.
You don't really know?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I think it's influenced a lot in different ways. I'm not sure specifically off the top of my head. I guess maybe King's Quest and the others, or King's Field.
Kingsfield, yeah.
And some of the other stuff, maybe. But like, I don't know specifically Dark Souls. I guess maybe some of the games like Code Vein and stuff like that, but nothing like
Nothing.
anything like Breath of the Wild or something crazy or
You
whatever.
don't see any kind of influence there. Yeah, I mean, I guess
No.
again, it seems like some people praise the game and then some people just can't. It's not for them, you know. So it's definitely kind of like a polarizing game. Knight says virtual
I feel like
highlight.
Dark Souls yeah.
It says virtual highlight. Of course, even virtual highlight tells you where to go, like more than tells you what to do. You know, it's just it's really ugly doing it.
Yeah. Also, somebody was pointing out in the chat about Whatnot. Yeah, Bob's doing a Whatnot auction. Retro RGB's doing a Whatnot auction on Saturday. He's doing a giveaway, but I don't really feel good participating because I kind of technically work under him. So
Right.
it's like it's kind of those things like double dipping. I don't want to do that because it'll take away from the
Right.
fans. And if I get it, it's like, oh, fuck, Mr. Ryder over there got it.
Yeah.
So I tend to not participate in giveaways in that nature because I kind of would prefer it to go to somebody that would use it. Like
Yeah.
I don't really play a lot of SNES stuff besides the Mister. So
I do the same thing. I'm the same with Sega Lord X. You know, he's my friend, and so whenever he does giveaways, I'm just like, I want that, but I'm not gonna enter that giveaway because it's just gonna look like you're giving something to your friend if I win. You know. And he has sent me
Yeah.
stuff before, so and I've been very thankful for that. But again, like, I'm just like, I do want that, but I'm just gonna have to go buy it myself because I don't want people thinking that it's just like nepotism or something like that. You know. Anyway.
You know, exactly. I know what you mean, and that's kind of how I feel. It's like I don't want to take away from people's getting of it. You know what I mean? Like, if he wants to send me something, that's great, but I don't really want to
Absolutely
like take away from people's chances of getting something they, especially like the clear shell. Because if I got something like that, it's not. I don't have a Famicom to put it in, so
right.
It's like,
yeah.
I know. I think he's giving away one with it, so I guess that makes sense. But like, I mean, how often would I play it? I barely play my SNES Junior over there. I just play my Mister if I want to play Super Nintendo.
Basically,
it's like why would I play it? And that's another thing I want to talk about later on. Probably at the end of the news cycle, just so it's because it's controversial.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let people wait to the end to get the controversy.
You need a reminder.
So if you want controversial takes, well, as soon as the news ends, I'll know when to bring it up. So
okay. Well, then I'll bring up the browser and we can talk news. We only have like what, 3 articles? Oh no, we have 4. Thanks to Peter's.
See?
Yeah. Funny. Langrizzer Dramatic Edition. Speaking of Sega Lord X, this was one of the games he sent me, and I cannot play it because it's like all Japanese. Well,
yeah.
No, there's some. They're like tiny little bits of English in there, but it's mostly Japanese, and it looks cool too. It looks like a game that I'd probably want to play if it. But I mean, it also looks like a daunting translation.
Yeah, no, it's definitely what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Shining, like I think it's Shining Force. Is that that's sort of the overlay it looks like, right? And the gameplay kind of looked like it when I was looking at it.
Shining Force. So
kind of
you mean Dragon
like Shining
Force?
Force-esque inspired.
Oh, Shining. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
The artwork though in the like these cutscenes looks kind of like the artwork from Dragon Force, but the actual screenshot, the
top-down gameplay with the
the actual screenshot top-down gameplay. I mean, it looks like strategy. I don't know. I never played the original Langrizzer games, so I literally can't really talk about this game that much, other than to say that it's one I'd like to play. I popped the disc in a couple times and just couldn't make heads or tails.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think has it ever. I'm not really familiar with the series. Has any of the games ever gotten released in the United States at all? I don't think it did.
That'd be a question. Yeah. Do you have a browser up? Yeah. Or question to those in the comments.
Okay. Landgressor Reincarnation Tensei did get a 3DS release.
Oh, okay.
Landgressor Schwartz canceled for the Microsoft thing. Yeah, I think the only one that really got localized was the 3DS port of the Tensei, because the other ones are pre-Saturn stuff. Or on Dreamcast. I don't think any of them besides the 3DS game got localized.
I believe that. So this is a remake or compilation remake of the first 2 games on the Genesis or Mega Drive, Japanese Mega Drive.
Okay.
And then there are other Langrizzer games on Saturn, I believe, but those are equally Japanese heavy and not very
translated. Yeah.
So again, it's one of those titles I'm very familiar with. I've heard it mentioned a lot, but again, it like doesn't mean much to me because anytime I've tried, I just haven't been able to really get very far.
It's really a big sadness because I know it's a game I'd really like, but just the fact that it didn't get really any releases and any releases of any of the games as the 3DS one, which I think that might have been an East Shop exclusive because I know you collect 3DS games and I don't think you
not
ever
eShop
got
though.
a Landgressor game for 3DS.
Yeah. All my 3DS stuff is like physical. I don't even think
it did get a physical release.
Okay. But I mean, there's so many
edition.
Yeah, there's so many games for those, 3DS, Switch. So there's so many games out there. It's like that would be I wouldn't prioritize picking up something like that. Again, I wouldn't even prioritize, like wanting this to be translated over some of the other games out there. In fact, one we're going to talk about because again, like I really don't know much about it. But I would be really interested for folks to comment on the article on our site, if they have any experience with it or if they finished it or if they have anything good things to say about it. I don't know if Peter has, but again, this is a part of the, best of Saturn. So we're literally just showing you different sides of Saturn, different games that are available out there. But yeah, this isn't on one of those English friendly lists at all. But it's interesting though. And again, dramatic edition, because it's got like all these cut scenes and all of this like plot or story exposition through cut scenes. Anime goodness. So yeah, it ends up being kind of like a dramatic edition for that reason. But anyway, yeah, so let us know what you guys think about this in the comments, or you can go to SEGASaturnShiro.com and you can comment directly on this article. In fact, somebody has. What did they say? Let's see here. I'm going to actually look down here because I didn't catch that. So Adam Gallagher commented, the Land Grizzly games are fantastic, especially 4. Having all 5 games on the Saturn is simply amazing and well worth any SRPG fan's time. So maybe the language barrier is not an issue for once you like get into the actual gameplay, but not one that I've made any progress. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a shame. It'd be a cool project if somebody was crazy enough to do all 5 games on the Saturn. Massive undertaking though. Like, cuz there is a lot of text, a lot of voice, yeah, so anyway. Next up on news is that, well, your Saturn Vinyl, Saturn soundtracks on vinyl. And I was curious. So, go ahead. I'll let you finish what you're saying.
Well, I just wanted to ask you what was your favorite? Not necessarily what's your favorite soundtrack, but what was your favorite for that stream?
My favorite, probably either Snatcher, One Night Neo Kobe, or Police Knots opening title, Old LA 2040. Probably my 2 favorite ones.
Such a good track. Yeah. We share a lot of the same taste in video game soundtracks, and that track is like so fire. Especially like the way that it starts. It's very cinematic.
Which one, Old LA or the One Night Neo Kobe, or both?
Well, both, but I was thinking Old LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like it too, especially the I like that.
And the solo in the middle, and just when it like breaks down and just gets crazy, instrumentally crazy.
Exactly. And I really like it a lot. I think I do like the allusions to One Night Neo Kobe though, because they have a couple in that song. The do, like right in I think the middle or beginning part of Old LA, that was an allusion to One Night in Neo Kobe City, which I think is kind of cool.
Right.
Dude. But the stream is pretty fun. I actually released it as a standalone SHIRO podcast episode, like an official podcast episode versus it actually technically is the 50th episode of the SHIRO show.
Nice. Hey, congratulations. 50 episodes. 50 weeks.
Episodes, guys. We did it.
I don't think we stopped. I don't think we ever took a break. Whether it was you or me.
We actually did skip December.
We skipped... But you did something though. You did some kind of like shopping network kind of thing, or like Black Friday thing, right? Did we seriously skip
Black Friday?
I don't know if we skipped a week. Okay, all right, fine, but still, I'm still patting us on the back, giving us credit. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, we took a break for Christmas, but nobody penalized us for that. I don't think.
Yeah, if you really want to,
except for Night.
Congrats. But I mean, it's 1 week, so that's still crazy though that we've been doing this for 50 weeks, and it's actually, I think it's been a year now.
Well, yeah,
50 our first one.
So 52 weeks in a year, and we started at sometime in March of 2021.
Let me see exactly the day we started, because I have the first one March 19th. So and literally a week and a day will be our year anniversary of doing the SHIRO show. And before that, we were kind of messing around with the green screen stream. We were doing like game streams with the green screens, and we were kind of saying like this could be something, you know? So congrats. Experimentations. Congrats on that. Pat ourselves on the back for being awesome as always. Yeah. Because we are. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed being able to stream with you at least every week, you know, because sometimes I don't even get to talk to you except for this stream, you know, so at least that's one way that I've been able to stay, you know, keep up with you and what's been going on in your life. And exactly. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I am glad you did this as an episode,
and I definitely look forward to the next one that you're going to do, because this is kind of like my music picks, you know, but it's got you put your own spin on it with the vinyl and everything, because that's totally your wheelhouse. And I'm really impressed by how many amazing records you've picked up. And I also noticed you said that you're not a big fan of colored vinyl. You prefer just good old black vinyl, right? Because the quality is better.
It depends, because like some of the records, if they sometimes have weird patterns in it, they have a lot of those usually have more or less time have sound issues. Like you can hear, like I know specifically on the Battle Grego one, you could hear surface noise between tracks.
Really?
And sometimes when it's in real quiet sections.
So is that
I cut it and stream?
There's this thing called flutter. Are you talking about that? Like
no, it's like surface noise. It's like you hear the needle go across the surface of the record. You hear it's like a whom thing.
Because it's two different plastics basically mixed together, and then they press on top.
No, that's the picture disc.
Oh, that's the picture disc. Okay. Yeah, but
the picture disc. Yeah.
So in other words, for audio quality, just plain old black vinyl is the safest way to go, because it's just one.
A plain or single colored.
Plain or single colored.
Yeah, and sometimes even that's not necessarily the correct answer. It all depends on where it's pressed mostly, because you can have some really good colored vinyl and some really bad sounding black vinyl. It all just depends on where you get it pressed, where it's pressed at.
Yeah.
Like some of them that have dubious pressing plants, like the limited run games where it's like they just find anywhere to press. The quality is going to be more or less kind of meh.
And
it all depends.
I also noticed that like I have quite a few 180 gram records, and those always tend to have just a cleaner sound. Or at least it's much less likely that they'll have any kind of warp to them. Whereas I have a couple of thinner records that unfortunately I can't even listen to anymore, because I even though it's so subtle, I can hear a little bit of warping. I'm just like, oh, that's terrible. I'm not even willing to rip them to mini disc for that reason, because it's just I'd rather just download the FLAC online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In all honesty, though, I've noticed I'm really sensitive to certain wound flutter. So, like piano notes, if they're sustained, I can hear the wound flutter on them, and it's kind of annoying in some ways. Like,
curse.
I don't know why, but like, I listened back and I couldn't hear any wound flutter on these. But when I listen to them in live, it's like I heard it, and it's like, oh my god, this sounds bad. Please don't sound like crap. It's
the compression, right? You don't hear it on here because of the compression and some of the frequencies being cut out, whereas like live you're hearing it as pure as it can be, especially you have really nice speakers, right? So it's like I wouldn't be surprised that you could detect it live. Oh wait, are you saying you can't hear it live but you can hear it on this recording?
No, I hear it. I can hear it when I'm listening to it directly from my headphones.
Okay, all right. But yeah, after being compressed by this recording, it's probably a little
yeah, so it's really weird. I don't know, maybe if anybody else is noticing that too, if you listen to records and you listen to sustained piano notes or certain chords, you can hear wow and flutter. It sounds a bit wobbly. But like it's really weird. I know that maybe Shadow Mask might be able to, but I know a lot of people that are like piano players, and they're like, yeah, I can't listen to records on with that piano on it, because I can hear the wound flutter through it. So
yeah,
it's kind of funny and or sad. So it really depends on how you look at it.
A few years back, oh, go ahead.
That's it.
Well, okay. Sorry again for the delay, the audio delay. It's kind of frustrating. But a few years back, I was obsessed with headphones, and I was like buying a bunch of different pairs of headphones on Craigslist and OfferUp and whatnot. And then like my hearing started, I had a hearing test, and I found out that it's like some of my frequency response had fallen off, and then I was just like, what's the point? I can't even like benefit from most of these headphones. So, like that was a huge disappointment to me. That's just like a part of getting old, I guess. And maybe drumming and not wearing, sufficient ear protection in live settings.
Wear those IEMs when you drum, my dude.
Well, I do, but I mean, I guess it wasn't good enough, or maybe I went to
Fair.
too many loud shows in my 20s. But yeah, so like I just it doesn't matter anymore. The whole head fi thing doesn't really matter to me anymore, just because I can't really benefit from it when it comes to like the higher end frequency stuff. But at least I have like typical hearing for somebody my age, I guess. So um, moving
Yeah,
right along.
I used to be that too, but I just go with the headphone. Like I got these headphones, and these are gonna be my permanent ones forever.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
those are good ones
I'm not
though.
gonna get headphones. Yeah, I like them.
Tell me all about this Mass Neo. I know nothing about it, and I just read
No,
your
no,
post.
I'm gonna make you read it all over, and you have to explain it to me. No.
Well, I read it today
Um.
at work quickly, but
Okay.
this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Okay. So, for those not familiar, the Mass arcade sticks, the multi arcade system Mass sticks, are a classic arcade stick that was released around the late '90s, early 2000s, to sort of answer people's prayers. Because I mean, back then the arcade experience was getting closer to home. You could get more console perfect ports, or at least 99% there, 90% there, 80% there. So a lot of people were practicing at home with Street Fighter and all these other fighting games that was able to get them accurately and be able to practice instead of going to arcades and spending hundreds and hundreds of quarters to practice on these games every day. You would just go and you know like go home and play it. The issue that happened is that let's be honest here, arcade sticks, like the mass produced ones back then were absolute garbage. So I mean, I don't mean to talk bad. I know people have their hearts on the Capcom one for the Super Nintendo, or the Saturn one, the US Saturn one, but I'm gonna be honest, they're complete and utter trash compared to arcade parts.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't really an answer to it. A lot of the controllers, especially PlayStation and especially Dreamcast, weren't equipped to play fighting games. I mean, you just don't play fighting games with that D-pad on the Dreamcast.
It's
The
terrible.
PlayStation a little bit, yeah, PlayStation a little bit is doable, but I mean, it just kills your thumbs after a while. It's just a pain. But one of the answers people want is they want to be able to bring the arcade experience home and use the same parts on the machine, but nobody was offering that. So that guy right there that just showed up on the screen, Theo Nguyen, he and his wife started producing something called the Mass Arcade Stick, or the Multi Arcade System Stick. Now, this is a different multi arcade system that you would imagine. This means that the design will support many systems, not as in you plug and play 500 systems into it. So they say, okay, so you want support for, I want a stick for PlayStation, or I want a stick for Dreamcast or Saturn or whatever system they wanted. Sometimes they can dual mod it, so like a lot of popular one would be like PS2 and Dreamcast
Mm-hmm.
would be a popular dual mod for that, so you can play with either system. And it was going great, and it was really supporting. The thing is that it used it was known to use the US arcade parts, so like the HAP arcade sticks, joysticks, and the buttons. And those are what were used in the arcades in America, and I think maybe also the UK. You know what I mean? Like the concave buttons, the clicky stick. You know what I mean,
Right.
Dave?
Micro switches, right?
Yeah, exactly. And basically, this went on for a while, and then as soon as the sixth generation came to a close and the seventh generation started anew, like the Xbox 360. Actually, no, yeah, Xbox 360, GameCube, and stuff. PS2. The sticks started to get a lot more robust, and they started importing the Japanese sticks from Hori, which were almost there, but not quite. But it was pretty much was the one-to-one with the Japanese arcades.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Street Fighter 4 came out, it was a whole exodus. Mad Catz are making sticks, Hori is making sticks, and they all use Japanese parts. So the Sanwa, Sumitsu parts, sticks, and buttons. So essentially, you would be able to, all these sticks were flooded with these Japanese style sticks. And at the same time, HAP was actually having a downturn because of the arcade collapse. So they eventually merged with what did I put? The Hanzo Hap, or no, was it the Suzo Hap? Suzo Hap merged together. And the sticks and parts were getting really low quality and not as good as they used to be. And just over and over time, it just made more sense to buy $200 fight stick from Japan, use the Japanese parts from Mad Catz and Hori, than buying a $500+ mask, getting all those parts for it and getting that together. So sadly, the mask sticks fell out into obscurity. The parts got expensive, and they eventually went into retirement. And as you can see, this is a couple of my sticks down there. The Hori Vulix that's actually my stick with some guy's game, some guy's repro. I don't know who did that one. Would you know who happened to do that one, Dave?
I don't know. Some guy.
No idea. I don't know. They looks good though. They're great artists though. I think they deserve props. I don't know who did that though, but
that's the Vulix, right? The Real Arcade Vulix.
Yeah, that's my Vulix. The Real Arcade Pro Vulix.
Right.
I added the Sumitsu buttons and stick.
So what did it have? Because you were saying Sanwa were not that great, right? I mean, you are an elitist.
No, Sanwa's good.
Which buttons were you saying you were not a huge fan of? Because I remember in an old SHIRO episode, I thought I mentioned Sanwa, and you were like, yeah, they're okay, but they're not as good as Saimitsu.
I thought that, but I learned that I just sucked using them, and I would lean on the buttons.
Okay.
But as soon as I got good, quote unquote, I really found the love with the Sanwa buttons. I like the way they felt, the way that they hit just right. They're like,
But you put Saimitsu.
I'm back to full Sanwa.
Oh, you're back to Sanwa. Okay. I mean, and you're people in the chat are saying, Pat knows his shit, but it's true. I mean, you know your stuff when it comes to arcade sticks. I would kind of consider you a bit of an elitist, but you have a right to be because you've tried a lot of stuff. You've done work on your sticks, you've replaced parts, and you know what's good and you know what's not good. And Pat is like saying, if you like the Saturn stick, like you like the stock, Virtua sticks or whatever, more power to you. But again, like if you really want to have a competitive edge, you're not going to get very far with those like mushy buttons and the sticks that just don't really give you any kind of feedback. Like these micro switches are the way to go if you want a real arcade experience.
Yeah, if you want a real arcade experience, you need to mod it. But I mean, luckily, even the stuff with like the Virtua stick and the Japanese version of that and the Green Goblin Dreamcast are easily moddable for the buttons. The only thing you need is like a Dremel to make the holes 30mm to fit the Sanwa and Sumitsu button styles.
What's the deal with this hitbox controller? There's like no stick on there.
Yeah, there's so this is nowadays the amount of different varieties of joysticks you can get in fight sticks are insane. Like this hitbox is all just buttons, and there's another one called Mixbox where it uses a WASD like keyboard layout and buttons.
So the red buttons are directionals?
Yeah, so I think it's that one's up, the bottom one, and it's left, down, right, and then the bottom one's up.
That's crazy.
It's hard to get used to. I've used it once, and it's kind of hard to get used to at first, but it's more responsive because you can just like click them, and it's like you just hit the order. It's like a pattern. So it's like if you want to do like Hadouken, it's like just two buttons, just dun. Instead of the whole motion with your hand, you just hit two buttons, and then there are three buttons technically if you hit the shoot of it, the fire of it. So it's just like ba-dum. So you can do it so fast, like dun versus the moving the wrists constantly. Yeah. And it's good for people that have wrist issues and issues with their hands controlling it, because you can just rest your hands there and it's more ergonomic. So it's just like basically they're just like keep moving your hands and like doing that pattern to do the quarter circle, the dragon, and stuff like that.
What's that jack interface on top? Like, what is that? Is that coaxial?
It's like one of those multi-USB things. You like plug it in, and it's a special USB. They have the same thing on the same thing on the Mad Catz Tournament Edition 2, where it's like you just put like a specialty USB jack in.
Is it possible?
So you can disconnect it.
Is it possible for somebody to get into fight sticks for like $100? Is there even a quality product out there or half decent product out there for $100, or do you have to go like 200?
Well, I mean, it all depends on what you need. If you want to play a PlayStation stick, I bought sticks for $20-$30 on OfferUp
that
and
are
like
good
online.
to you.
Yeah, like the Real Arcade Pros, the old Real Arcade Pro sticks. I got them and modded them. That's really how I get them. I get the old PlayStation ones. Bought it for $30.
And then plus the parts cost.
No, if you want, that's with the stock. If you want the switch the buttons out, it's like maybe an extra like $20.
Really?
Maybe $15.
So for like $50, you could get a really good stick then, if you're willing to do some work.
Yeah, if you're doing some sticks, if you really want to do some work, you can literally get it done. The only thing that the things that would probably be more likely only compatible with the PS3, but if you want a PS4 stick, it's a little bit more pricey, but you can actually get a ready-to-go stick for $150. That's what my friend has. The I think it's the Hori, one of the Hori sticks. It's like $150. I'll have to look up the exact name of it. Oh, the Hori Noir or something. No, the Hori Fight Stick. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, if you want the Hayabusa, it's about $250. Real Arcade Pro N with the Hori parts, $150 on Amazon right now. Buy it now. Hori Switch one, $150. The Fighting Edge is $300. So yeah, it's very affordable nowadays to get into it if you really want to get into it. And then I think people are asking me for my sticks. Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the Green Goblin out.
Yeah, Shadow Mask wants to know what you feel it tends to be the most lacking on most sticks, in your opinion.
It depends. New sticks, old sticks.
Most sticks.
Really depends but most sticks. Here's my Dreamcast modded one with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Nice.
I think I showed this off before, but it's a modded all Sanwa parts into it. Button mod on the top right here for the start button because this button is garbage. It's modded by Frank Castle. He doesn't really do modding stuff anymore. He usually just does card collecting, but his name's Frank HP AZ. So if you want to talk to him, he'd be able to help you out and point you in the right direction.
So you like you like convex buttons, like the humped buttons instead of like the Ninja Turtle style or whatever, the Konami.
Yeah, I prefer the convex buttons. I don't like concave.
Okay.
I know some people like the concave, but I just don't like the feel of it. It's just too weird in my hand. Everything I use is pretty much concave. My even my Super Nintendo controller is all convex, not concave. Sorry.
I gotcha. Yeah. So maybe it's just a matter of you being able to slide your fingers from one button to another without any kind of resistance.
Possibly.
I like the concave buttons just for nostalgia, because I mean that's what I grew up playing with. But in the arcades and stuff. But yeah, I mean I had a Mayflash stick with the convex buttons. It wasn't a great stick, but it had the convex buttons and it was cool. Like I definitely feel like I was able to get from a punch to a kick a lot faster, probably. Anecdotally, I will say, because I never like did any kind of scientific tests, but yeah, it felt a little easier.
That's fair. Yeah, but yeah, I guess in terms of lacking on the sticks, for the new ones, like the Hori ones, I'm not a fan of the buttons they use, like the Hori Hayabusa buttons and the Hori, I forgot the name of their joystick, but it's not my favorite one. I prefer the Sanwa parts. Mad Catz used to do it, but they're out of business now. Apparently they're back in business, so I don't know what's up with that, but right now there's a lot of good options, and honestly, if you know how to build a PC, you could probably build your own arcade stick. I've done it multiple times and take apart a ton of sticks and just like change all the parts out. Like I got a tournament edition one from Hori, Mad Catz, and I modded it with a Brook USB Universal Fight Stick, and I could work on all my consoles pretty much.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of options if you want to mod sticks. You don't have to buy a brand new stick. You can get something like this, which is honestly what I want to get into with the article. So recently, the company Scanline City recently announced that they're bringing back the real arcade, the multi arcade stick body, either pre-built or as a kit. So you can buy the kits online in a couple configurations. Right now it's really cool because I think they're going to have it any way possible. So if you want United States buttons and the HAP stuff, you can do that if you want. I almost insulted them pretty badly. Or you want the Hoist stuff, any layout you want. You want straight across, you want a Sega 2-player button, you want Vuelix, you want Nor. Name the style, you get it. Whatever you want. The thing is that they announced that they're actually, this is the announcement before the announcement, but when they announce it, they'll open up orders for it, and you can get it either as a fully built thing, customized, or as a kit, just like a do-it-yourself sort of thing, like a box. And that's kind of what I want. I just want to get a box, just a plain box, and I can mod it myself because I think it's really cool, and I kind of want to support this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I might do my first American arcade stick though. I don't know if I'm gonna make the jump and make a American fight stick. That's the thing, is because I'm not a big fan of the hat buttons, but I have so many Japanese sticks, like there's so many of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do another one, you know?
Try something new. You might surprise yourself. But I mean, and if you don't like it, you could just sell it.
Throw it in garbage.
You could just throw it in the garbage, sell it, and get some money out of it. I have one question for you before we move on. We do need to move on to the last article, but my question is this: ball top or bat? What do you prefer?
Ball top every day of the week.
Ball top every day. Really? Okay, cool. That's same here. Yeah. You were saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying the ball's the way to go. Like this, the bat is too hard because like you're naively doing that, or like you have to hold it in a specific way. Because the way I hold it is I put it underneath like this.
Yeah.
And move the ball. Yeah. Like I'm holding a glass of wine.
Right.
So it's hard to do with the stick. It's like I have to hold it a specific way, and it's just not conductive.
I understand.
And I'm really bad. I'm really bad at doing quarter circles with that.
Yeah, I'm just bad at doing quarter circles anyway. But yeah, I totally hear you. I like the ball top as well.
But yeah, one more thing before we go with this article. It will be going on sale sometime at the end of March. They'll have an announcement for where to buy it, and they'll sell it in order of receiving it. I don't know if it's going to be like okay, if you have only the stick, just the base and stuff, they'll send it to you versus the fully built stick. I hope that's going to be the case because I just really want it plain and I want to build it myself and make it special, because that's why I like the sticks. I just want a box that I can play with, and that sounded really bad. I really want a arcade stick I can put together myself and like do a DIY project. So I'm open for that, and hopefully we'll get that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh man, there's some innuendo there. Okay, so finally, last but not least, we have another Best of Saturn because we've come full circle. It's been a week since each were posted, but we just Tactics Ogre, Let Us Clean Together. This is a Yasumi Matsuno game, if I'm not mistaken, at least from the art. And the same dude who would go on to make like the Evil East games. This is a game I would love to see translated. This is a game I would love to see a translation on Saturn, because it does exist on PlayStation. Yeah.
It's on PSP, so.
Right.
Oh, is it on PlayStation?
There was a PlayStation version. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
It's just Ogre Battle, right, though? But it's just called Ogre Battle, though, I think.
Well, it was Ogre Battle on the SNES, right? And then...
Yeah, but I think they also did an Ogre Battle on the PlayStation.
Okay, well, I'm just going to read from the 7th episode of Ogre Battle Saga. Tactics Ogre Let Us Clean Together is a Final Fantasy Tactics S SRPG set in enchanted Valeria. Fight your way through scenarios to advance the story. The game was initially made for the SNES and was later ported to both Saturn and PlayStation, although the Saturn port is the strongest of the two. Only the PlayStation made it in English. Boo.
Okay, I see so there's Ogre Battle, which I think is a port of the first one, and there's Tactics Ogre, which is the sequel. Okay.
There was an Ogre Battle game on the N64, I think, as well. There was like some kind of Ogre Battle.
Yeah, so there was the Ogre Battle on the Super Nintendo, which I'm garbage at. I actually own that too, and I actually traded it for... I think I traded it for Rocket Knight Adventure, I think. I don't know if I did
Yeah, that's not a bad trade. Both good games, but
It's just... Yeah, 180. Oh, that's up to 182. How much did I do on? How much is Sparkster on there? Did I get messed up on that? And did I? No, it's about the same price, 170 something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I did okay on that trade. But yeah, I like Sparkster. Do I still have it? I think I still have it over there. I'll double check.
I love the art style on this game.
Yeah, same. I really enjoy it. I was never good with the Ogre Battle on the Super Nintendo, but I actually do want to try the Tactics Ogre on the PlayStation. It's definitely two of the ones that I need to get.
Yeah, I don't have
on the PlayStation for sure.
I've played it, and of course I loved Final Fantasy Tactics on the PlayStation. That I played a lot of, and then I played pretty much every other Ivalice game after that. Of course, this is not Ivalice because I don't think it existed yet as a concept or whatever. But this was like Enchanted Valeria. Sounds like venereal. I don't know, Valeria. But
yeah, we're not gonna talk about any diseases of the venereal kind.
But again, yeah, great music, great art from Yasumi Matsuno, and would go on to create many other games that had the same kind of look and feel, color palette, just the overall design, and good solid gameplay. From what I've played a few battles in this, but not really gone through the story because, again, I couldn't understand it, and I didn't have the PlayStation version. But yeah, I would love. I think this is one of those games that I've stubbornly waited to play it until maybe one day it shows up on Saturn. Even though that's not a good excuse, but again, I'm just a Saturn Uber fan, so there are some
busy.
Yeah, again, like it's not like I couldn't play it. It's on several platforms, but it's just one of those where I was like, okay, when it comes out on Saturn, then I'll have a real reason to set time aside and play it. Not when it comes out on Saturn, exactly. But when and if it gets translated on Saturn. Sorry. Do you have any final?
Sorry?
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What do you have any last thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I kind of really want to give it another chance on the Super Nintendo, and I kind of want to play the PSP or PlayStation version of it. Actually, I said I have to buy it, but I don't, because guess what has a core on the Mister now?
Oh yeah, it's PlayStation.
So guess what? One more system, baby. I don't gotta buy games for $1,000 a piece. So Patrick won on that one. Can we get a thumbs up for Patrick winning? In the chat, let's get a thumbs up for Patrick winning.
I have a question for Knight if he's in the chat. I don't know if he still is, because I haven't seen him comment in a while. But I'm just curious if this is one of those games that the text insertion or whatever, the way the text compression, if it's really really obscure or really really overly complicated, or if it seems like it would be one of those situations where it would be easy enough to take text from the PlayStation version and insert it into the Saturn version. I don't know. He probably hasn't even looked into it. But again, yeah, it just depends on because again, Grandia or there are other similar games where they had a PlayStation counterpart in English, and it was easy enough to bring the text over, or if they decided to do some kind of proprietary text compression just because, then it could obviously make it more problematic. But anyway,
yeah, we'll have to try it out.
But
I'm excited to try it out. I kind of hope he does it.
Yeah, I hope he or somebody. I mean, it basically somebody who cares about this game and has an interest in doing translations. Be a good project. Get well received. I think it would be a well received game in terms of stuff that people would be all about. No, it's not Princess Crown, but I think there'd be enough people interested in playing this on Saturn if somebody decided to translate it.
For sure. All right. Well, there's actually one thing I want to talk about before we
went, and that's controversial.
About the controversial. Did you want to go to the EverdriveStore.com? Just in the browser.
EverDrive
Store, and just go on their webpage. So what I wanted to talk about was some saddening news and some disturbing kind of trend I've been noticing with stuff. So, for those of you that don't know, the EverDrive store right there, they announced that they are closing up shop, and because it's going to be too costly to operate, and they announced that the rest of their stock that they have is going to be put on their eBay store, listed at a no reserve price, and put on eBay. And if you looked on eBay for the prices of some of the EverDrives, they're selling in the triple digits, 400 to there's $300 to $400 range, probably even more than that. I think one of them hit 800 actually. But one of the things that's been really saddening is that because of the whole Crick situation, EverDrives have been going up on eBay for a ton of prices. They actually had a recent shop solve that. I think it went for $481 for a Mega Drive EverDrive. But it's a bit of a sadness, really, that these things are getting scalped on eBay nowadays. Like, you can see if you look at EverDrive prices, they've been going for an exorbitant amount of money on eBay. Like, if you do the sold listings for the last couple months, and it's kind of a sadness because they're exploiting what's going on in Ukraine with the fact that, oh, Crix isn't producing more, so let's sell them for astronomical prices, or like the fear of missing out and not getting whatever. So.
Is that what? That's the thing. Well, that's the thing I think is kind of ridiculous, is that people have waited until now to support him or buy one of these. You know, it's like they've been available forever. I mean, he even did like Black Friday deals and stuff this last year, really significant Black Friday deals, and through Stone Age Gamer and through his own shop, and people are just waiting until now his country is being attacked to be able to like drop some money on one of these. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's terrible that people are exploiting what's going on, but I also think it's kind of ridiculous that so many people have waited until now to pick up one. I don't know what that's all about.
Honestly, it's a FOMO thing, because people are like, oh, now it's rare, and it's like it's not going to come anymore because Crix isn't doing it. So now we gotta if we want one, we need to get it now. We're not going to get it ever for a cheaper price. So it's a lot of that FOMO stuff, and I think a lot of people are suffer from that for a lot of rare items. And I think I think it's been really bad since like 2016 is when it's been really bad. Like, and since then, but like a lot of people, like if they don't get it now, they're never going to get it or not get it for a good price. So it's kind of a sadness, really, and I think what the EverDrive store is doing by, instead of like quelching and be like, okay, we're gonna sell it for what we have, for like what we had it for, and help to get into people's hands. It's like, we're just gonna use the time and put on eBay and see how much money we can get for these suckers, and squeeze every cent we can out of it. And there's no indication that the profits are gonna go to Crix, because there's no documentation if there's any kickbacks. But the way that it looks like they're a wholesale buyer, so they buy the EverDrives at wholesale prices and sell them. So the fact that they're flipping them for more than MSRP and without Crix's blessing, it's like it's kind of really dirty in my eyes. And I don't want to, and like I said, I don't know the EverDrive store situation, if they're in the hole, how much responsibility they are for employees, if they need to do this or else they won't make money or be able to get out of debt. I kind of get that, but at the same time, it's like, it's just kind of a sadness that they did something like that.
I kind of wonder, you were going to say something else?
That's it.
Okay. I kind of wonder how much, if any, the recent release of the Poly Mega has to do with any of this, because I just wonder if folks are picking up flash carts because they want to just rip a bunch of stuff to the Poly Mega. Obviously, like if you get a Mister, none of this is your problem, because you're just doing cores and then downloading the images or whatever, unless you have some kind of USB device to dump all of your stuff to ROMs or whatever. But again, if you got something like the Poly Mega, which I noticed like Linus Tech Tips just did like a review of the Poly Mega, the build quality was kind of leaving much to be desired, but it is what I took away from that. Yeah, it was like a lot of cheap plastic, and where it seems like for the money you're paying, like, I don't know, over $400, seems like you should be getting a little bit more premium of a product. But essentially, I mean, with all those modules, you got to stick a cart in it, unless you have like a huge collection. I'm just wondering if that has anything to do with the boost in EverDrive sales, is people trying to go that route. And then again, it might not have anything to do with it. Yeah, it might just be like you said. It's most likely, 100% because of the whole geopolitical issue and the scalping, like you said, people trying to. I mean, I think you said last time that there was somebody actually trying to impersonate Crix and get money that way. So it's like there's all sorts of douchebags in this community trying to like exploit situations, for their benefit. But
yeah. And I just want to bring it up because I think it's something that is a bit of a sadness with what's going on in the world and what's going on with Crix. And I don't know if he's going to get kickbacks from these eBay sales at all, but I mean, he should be, because he really needs it, honestly. But I just think that if they would have sold this as, oh, we're going to put this on eBay, but a portion of the profits are going to go to some sort of charity or something, I think that'd be a better option versus, oh, we're just selling them and gonna. But like I said, I'm not trying to say that they're bad guys for doing this. I'm not a fan of them doing it this way, but I don't know the situation. If they explain, hey, straight up, we're into so much debt and we need to do this to get money back, it would still suck, but I understand. If it were something like, oh, we're gonna do it and it's gonna help Crix, then absolutely, because I know that people have been talking about doing that and giving money to Crix for that. So
right.
It's something that I think that they should explain better, because it comes off as we just want to take this opportunity to make as much money as possible. Yeah. So it's just a bit of a sadness, really, and I hope really they adjust that, or maybe not go through with putting it on eBay and getting the high dollar profit for it. But I don't know what they're gonna do. Oh yeah, if you can send a link to that, Lackware in the chat's bringing up the plug for the itch.io a charity bundle. It's like 1,000 plus games, assets, and
it's ridiculous
other stuff for $10.
Yeah,
and I think I can't remember if we brought it up on the stream, but yeah, if you can send me the link on. Actually, I'll just look it up myself. But like,
there are so many good games in there.
Yeah, it's like Skateboard. I know that we talked about that.
Random access memories.
Yeah. Oh, is that
read only memories?
Oh, is that in there? Holy crap!
It is. That's worth the price alone. There's so many good stuff in there. So many good games in there, and many of them are worth the $10 alone. So it's like definitely.
I'm gonna pin that message to the top there. If you guys want to click on that link and support it, just $10 gets you all these games, all these assets. Like,
you can give more than $10. You can give more, and I actually would recommend you do that if you have the I mean, not everybody has the financial means, so I understand that. But if you could give like $50, you'd be getting your money's worth, and you'd be able to give to a great cause. Because like Shadow Mask was saying, he'd rather just give $10, free and clear. And again, yes, if you want to do that, give more. Just give more, because it doesn't limit you. It's just $10 minimum. So I mean, you could give $500 if you want,
Yeah, and to name a couple of games on here: Skateboard, amazing game. Like I said, Random Access Memories 2064. Celeste is on here. I know people love that game. The game's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. Celeste, Shattered Planets. Bleed. I know that would Blackware in the chat. Baby Is You, a short hike. Zero Rangers in there, which is Radiant Silvergun based. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you have the money, if you can donate, I would donate as much as you are financially able to donate to, and go to that. The link's up there on the pinned message. So if you click that, they'll take you directly to the charity. It'll help you support a good cause, and you don't have to buy EverDrives to. You can support him by clicking that. Hopefully.
Oh, dude, Towerfall Dark World expansion, Towerfall Ascension. I love the Towerfall games, so that's another awesome one.
Yeah, don't buy scalped EverDrives, guys. Go buy. Save your money, go buy a Mister, and then go donate to that charity with the rest of the money. Because the Mister, helping them out. Like, actually, I kind of want to make a Mister setup guide now, like get a Mister as cheap as possible guide. And and see if I can get that up and running and put something for people that to quench this EverDrive thing, because I know a lot of people really want to play it, and I think some systems that there's only like 1 or 2 systems that you don't have an EverDrive that you can't use it for. Like I don't think they don't have N64 core, so if you want N64 EverDrive, like
right,
sorry guys. But to be honest, the N64 has like 3 games, so I would just buy them and just play those that way.
So many developers here that you can support by doing this.
But yeah, like I said, if you need, if you want to do that, you want to play all these games in that way, and hardware in the best way possible. Get a Mister for now. Wait until the situation gets back and he gets back to doing EverDrives, because I know I'm not going to speak for him, but I have a feeling that he's going to come back to EverDrives as soon as everything's cleared up and safe for him to do so.
Yeah.
So once he is able to do that, I think he'll start getting those back into people's hands, and everyone will be like, "Wow, I can't believe you spent $500 on an EverDrive or $600," and they'll be selling them for fair price. So, I guess all I can say is I don't mean to talk bad about the EverDrive store, but I mean, I just got to call it as I sees it, and hopefully they change their mind and they announce that the money is going to go somewhat to Crix or go to charity of some sort.
Right.
Be more bearable in that ways, but I mean, as it is now, it's just like, oh, we're just getting as much money as we can. It's like it's not a good sight, especially with this current situation going on. And like I said, I'm trying to be as kind as I can about this without attacking the store. And don't attack them on Twitter or reach out to them and spam the store. Don't do that.
Yeah, we're not asking you to do that.
Yeah, please don't do that. Leave them alone. They probably have it hard enough as it is closing their store, but just, I just want to give my voice, my opinion on it and what I think would be the right thing for them to do. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's their decision, and hopefully they'll figure out a way to, and if they do need it, then, I mean, because I don't know the full story. If they need the money, like I said before, then, to pay employees and help people out, then, that's fine. I guess I get it. I don't like it, but I get why you need to do that.
Right.
And if they're just gonna get scalped and bought anyways, then you might as well sell them for that price anyways. So, but yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it. We're not gonna be doing a game stream today. I didn't have anything prepared anyways. So, I think that's gonna be about it today. Should we close it out with our sponsors and all that?
Let's do it.
Or Patreon.
Our supporters.
Sponsors. So before we go, we want to thank Emerald Nova, Johannes Fetz, Blue Moon 95, Derek aka A-Team, Momphis, Nutrageous, Tanuki Trev, and Yomai Sui for backing us to the $10 and plus level of Patreon. If you want to get a shout out on the SHIRO show each week, you can back us at the $10 and above level. Honestly, as much as we could use it, please donate instead this week if you're playing on to that bundle. So honestly, I hopefully I'm not speaking above Dave, but for like if you're new to that and you don't subscribe to us yet, use this week and go buy that bundle and back it.
We're good.
In all honesty.
Yeah, it's just support.
We're good guys.
Because you're gonna get a lot of great games out of it too, but also you're gonna be helping a bunch of developers. There's so many developers there that are gonna get a cut of that and are gonna be really helped by it. So they need it more than us, I agree. Full agreement. Oh, and thank you to all of our other supporters too. Even if we don't shout your name, you're supporting us at a lower tier. We really do appreciate you. And again, if you have a little bit of money to spare, throw it at that bundle. As I said, it's just a phenomenal deal.
Exactly, yeah, and I definitely think it's a good thing just to use this week in passing to shout out our patrons, but say that if you're looking to back us, do that bundle first, and then if you can do that, because I think that's more important than us doing that. In all honesty, that's just our opinion. So
we're not under attack or anything right now, so we're doing a lot better. Not yet.
Exactly.
Knock on wood. But yeah. So. Anything else? Feel free to click the like, share the stream, subscribe to our channel, do the bell, all that nonsense. It actually does help, since our our YouTube analytics and stuff are not great, you know, because of streaming so often, but it helps. So we just rely on organic, you know, sharing and stuff like that. That's pretty much how we grow. Is just by you guys spreading the word. And so
exactly. And thank you again, guys. And I guess just to go out, remember, you must play Sega Saturn.
Later.
SEGA SATURN しろ